What's going on, y'all? It's me, Daily Decodes 812. And I have the breakdown here. Here's our article from the Associated Press. And I've said it before, I'm not a big tennis guy, not a big golf guy, but I know how to show connections, and that's what I'm doing here. So I guess we got the French Open going on. And thankfully for Google, I could just go over here. This is a tennis tournament. The French Open, also known as Roland Garros or Jaros, is a tennis tournament organized by the French Tennis Federation annually at Stade Roland Garros in Paris. It is chronologically the second of the four Grand Slams. Oh, okay. Second of the four Grand Slam tennis events every year. Learn something new every day. Now, will that information stick with me? I don't know, but it helps out for the current decode, right? Held after the Australian Open and before Wimbledon and the US Open. Okay, so that's the four. French Open, uh, Wimbledon, Australian, and US Open. Okay, well, that kind of makes sense a little bit, right? Now, I also go over here. Uh, the French Open is the only Grand Slam tournament played on a red clay surface. And the French Open begins in late May and continues for 2 weeks, right? So just a little bit of basic information. We have our two characters, Jannik Sinner. That's an interesting last name. Sinner, right? And we've heard of this character before, even if you don't know anything about tennis. Novak Yokovic, right? And of course, that it sounds like Nikola Jokic, the NBA player, also. So let's take a look at this story, and I might read a paragraph here. So let me. I'm going to put you over here. You can take a look at that right there. I have both characters pictured right there. Okay, so uh, Sinner dominated a guy named Yuri Lahechka 606162 in just 1 hour. That's interesting because we're into June now, right? Look at over here. It's interesting because we're into June now. So you get 606162, which is like June 1st, June 2nd. That's pretty cool, right? But this is from Saturday, which is actually the 31st, but it's leading into June. So that's pretty cool right there, don't you think? And he dominated Yuri Lahechka in just 1 hour, 34 minutes, the quickest men's match at Roland-Garros this year. And measured by games lost, the most lopsided victory at a major tournament of Sinner's career. All right. And this extended his Grand Slam winning streak to 17 matches, which that's pretty solid. Now, I'll just scroll down here because there's some other characters, but we want to hit on Djokovic real quick. Now, he returns to the fourth round in Paris. It says, got back to the fourth round at Roland Garros. Look at this, for the 16th year in a row. So look, there's that 1-6 again. Let me get rid of that stupid ad. There's that 1-6 again. And damn, if 16 and 61, I left in a comment for Richard West. I'm like, if I see 16, 61, 116, 161 anymore again, I'm going to puke. Obviously, I'm not going to puke here on the mic. But there's that 16 again, and I think it's referring to just maybe this time of year. The day after Saturday, again, was the first day of the 6th month, but we get that 16 again there. So for the 16th year in a row, back to the 4th round, with the 6-3, 6-4, 6-2 win over qualifier Filip Mizalic on Saturday night. Again, that was May 31st. A year ago, Djokovic tore the meniscus in his right knee during his 4th round win and pulled out of the tournament before the quarterfinals. Djokovic's match Saturday was played at the same time as French soccer club Paris Saint-Germain, whose stadium is a few blocks from Roland-Garros. And if I'm saying Garros wrong, excuse me. But Paris Saint-Germain was beating Inter Milan 5-0 to win the Champions League final in Munich, Germany. Right? So that just to get that information out there. Now when we get over here to the breakdown part of the segment, and this must be like some kind of tournament. Obviously, we're going to have other players involved here. If I just put French Open, let's see if anything's happened since then. Okay, look, it looks like Sinner is live right now. And it looks like, look, he's ranked number 1, it looks like. And he's taking on this guy named Andrei Rublev. That's interesting right away because it says that Rublev is ranked 17th. Okay, and that's live, as you can see right there. So when I go back to the article here, this from a few days ago, look, it says that Sinner extended his Grand Slam winning streak to 17 matches. You see that? And now he's facing number 17. Right there, bam. And it 6-1, 6-3. So does that mean he won 2 sets and now they're tied in the 3rd set? I'm not 100%. It looks like Djokovic picked up a victory over Cameron Norrie. So it looks like that stuff just happened, right? Yeah, that was today, okay? So it looks like they're both continuing to be successful. But let's go back over here. I wanted to bump this breakdown up a little bit, and I pushed the Taylor Swift breakdown back. Okay, but look at these connections. It's not a coincidence, if you ask me, that Novak Yokovic's birthday was just not long ago, May 22nd. You see that? So this match with this trending story, he picks up a victory to advance, right? And we got these 2 characters here in this breakdown, Jannik Sinner, Novak Yokovic, as they're both being successful in this tournament. Look at that, man. Yokovic has the May 22nd birthday. And then this match in question picks up the victory freaking 9 days later. This keeps happening. Even if it's a business we're talking about, the founding anniversary of the business will be within 2 weeks or something. But we see it most commonly with these characters that they give us on the world stage. And that hits one more time, as you see right there. Also, we're in the year 25, right? So that 22nd day of the 5th month birthday, 225, is like 25 as well, okay? Now, this is the opponent he beat, which I kind of read that already. Filip Mizalic, and I'm not really breaking down all of the characters. I'm focusing on Djokovic and Sinner here. And Sinner defeated that guy right there. It says he dominated, as you see the score right there. The 3 sets, I guess. But look at that. Yuri Lehechka is how it's probably pronounced. Just so you can kind of see the guys that they defeated here. Now look at this. This is what I do now. I don't have to know about tennis. You give me some birthdays. You give me a date of the event. I know how to copy and paste. I get familiar with the birthdays. It's a 78-day span from this Saturday matchup to Jannik Sinner's birthday, August 16th. From start to end date, that's 78 days. Look at the code right here. Jannik Sinner equals 78, and you see the cipher breakdown right there. How amazing is that? That's the reverse reduction, reverse the alphabet with reduction rules. So the 10th letter and beyond with alphabet in reverse, you want single digits. So you add the double digit and reduce to a single digit. Add up the single digits. Jannik Sinner, 78. And then the 78-day span from the event to his birthday. What else can I say? It's not a coincidence. Even Jannik Sinner, look at the ABC 123 cipher. Ordinal, 138. His birthday leaves 137 days in the year. So look, that's very close. You see that? So one day before his birthday left 138 days. So you see, this isn't going to be a perfect code. So we can hit like that. And then we can hit like that where we're within one number how his birthday syncs up with his name. Check that out. And talking about not a perfect match, look at how close that is, and it kind of exposes this whole code and these patterns a little bit more. 138 is kind of like the 13th day of the 8th month. You see that? And his birthday is the 16th day of the 8th month. So you kind of see, where it doesn't have to exactly be 78, but you kind of see how close that matches with his birthday, the days remaining on his birthday, and then his name in gematria here, right? He has the Elvis Presley birthday. On a more surface level, this could hit with anybody, and this is what I do. Obviously, it makes it more interesting. He's got the Elvis Presley birthday. Look, Elvis tennis. You see that? Also, Elvis Presley was born. Oh, excuse me. Jannik Sinner's birthday is Elvis Presley's death date. Excuse me. But it still hits. You see that? Tennis, Elvis. Because this is Elvis's birthday, the 8th day of the first month. Tennis equals 81. Forwards with the alphabet and in reverse. This is the French Open. French in reverse, 108. Like the first month and the 8th day. You see that? I'm telling you, everything is with the language. It starts first and foremost with the language. That's why, what can we remember first in school? Maybe the alphabet, possibly? Or numbers. It's all the same. But it starts with the language. We don't teach people how to speak 17, 34, 238, 299, 36. Oh, he just asked me to get him a slice of pizza. No, we teach people how to, may I have a slice of pizza? You see what I'm saying? And then obviously the code where these letters have numerical values, but it starts with the language. You feel me? So Elvis, death date the same as the birthday of Jannik Sinner. That doesn't mean you're going to get a story out there with Jannik Sinner and Elvis. I'm saying everything's ran on the language and the birthdays and the letters and the numbers. And again, tennis syncs up with Elvis and it rhymes. Even with French, how it syncs up with the birthday. Now look, Yanik. This could be on more like a basic level with gematria and the event we're talking about here, right? Even Paris sounds like Elvis, right? Paris, Elvis, tennis. Yanik, 103 and 40. French Open, 104 and 40. And there's what I'm talking about with that one number difference. Yanik 103, French Open 104 with ordinal and reverse. Remember, his birthday leaves 137 days. Jannik Sinner equals 138. So that's an interesting addition to what I was speaking of earlier, right? Check this out. Don't get confused. Look at Novak Yokovic's birthday. May 22nd, the 5th month, 22nd day. 5 plus 22 is 27. Tennis equals 27. Novak equals 27, his first name. French equals 27. His birthday has got 72 date numerology, which is 27 reversed. And again, you see tennis 81 and 81. French 108. His birthday's got 18 date numerology. And again, that syncs up with Elvis and tennis, as I'm showing you tennis once again over here. Look at the other numerology, 36 numerology on Novak's last birthday. Tennis equals 36. French equals 36. Novak equals 63. Now, back with this 81 with tennis and 36 right there. Look at the event. This is the date of the event here. Well, the story in particular from Saturday, as this is an ongoing event. But this article is from it's Saturday with these two victories for Jannik Sinner and Novak Yokovic. Look at the date numerology. It syncs up with tennis. 81, like tennis. You see 5/31/2025 equals 81. Anybody can do this. You get 18 numerology. And again, that syncs up with the 81 and 2 base ciphers with tennis. Saturday was May 31st. 5 plus 31 is 36. Tennis equals 36. Here we go one more time with the one number difference, and it's with both characters. And that's his opponent again, Misalic or whatever. Let me verify that. I think we're right on that. Yeah, right there. Check this out. You may have saw it. Look at this. The event Saturday, the matchup left it was the 151st day of the year, May 31st. Novak Yokovic equals 152. You see that? So just one number apart. You get the name in gematria, you get the date of the event. And look at how that goes together. 151, 152. So, I don't think I did that bad there, right? Nice little thumbnail. We'll see what happens with... Man, Djokovic looks like somebody else on the world stage. I just can't pinpoint it. Does he look like that one soccer player? I can't even remember his name. What's that? He kind of looks, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but he kind of looks like a soccer player. I can't think of the guy's name. Look, and this is everything I entered right here. You know what I'm saying? There may be some more within this. And let's just see maybe if we can get just a quick update. When does this event end? I don't even know. Let me refresh this. So it looks like that match is going on live right there. Sinner and Rublev. And Djokovic picked up the victory over this guy, Nori, right there. So let me ask Google. The French Open begins in late May, continues for 2 weeks. When is the last day of the French Open? Men's. Okay. But when does the tournament end? Oh, look, it ends on Kanye West's birthday, June 8th, as I see right there. All right. So, yes, those are the two characters in focus with this article here. Jannik Sinner. Oh, I don't even think I ever even read the title. Jannik Sinner drops 3 games to extend Grand Slam unbeaten run, and then Djokovic wins. I guess I didn't really have to say it, did I? And I'm trying to figure out who's that soccer player, and I may be wrong. I don't mind kind of going on the fly here. Who the hell is that soccer player? Top 5 soccer players. Does he look like Messi? I might be wrong. He kind of looks like Messi a little bit. He kind of looks like Messi a little bit. Let me know if you don't agree. He kind of looks like Lionel Messi. Wow. And look, Messi's birthday is this month. Look at that. Okay, so Messi's got the June 24th birthday, and Novak Yokovic has the May 22nd birthday, just about 1 month. Wow, let's open up some images here. I might be wrong. I may be stretching. They kind of look the same. There's Messi right there. There's Messi. And there's Djokovic. Maybe not the best picture. But yeah, they kind of look similar. I'll kind of leave it at that. I'm not trying to force anything. But the connections here are pretty nice. And even if I knew more about tennis, I may have been able to catch a little bit more. But these are facts with the birthdays and how these characters sync up with tennis, and especially this French Open. I mean, look at that. 40 and 40, 103 and 104. You can't deny that. Elvis and tennis. And even with the birthday on the 16th right there, there's that 16 again that keeps popping up if you watch my breakdowns. There it is one more time. French Open, Jannik Sinner drops just 3 games to extend Grand Slam unbeaten streak. Djokovic wins. It appears this tournament is going to June 8th, from what I understand. But that'll be my breakdown to y'all. If you want to add anything, go for it. I'll accept comments letting me know I don't know nothing about tennis. If you do that, go ahead and drop some gems in there for me. Until next time, peace.